Ladies and gentlemen, we have a treat for you here. We are outside of Allentown, the outskirts of the, what's that highway called?
78.
78, that's not the one that I was thinking of.
309.
309, sure. Sure. Well, our special guest, we have a treat for you, is Mr. Adamo Volcskai of Iron Crush Fitness. Adam, thanks for joining us.
Thanks for having me, Earl.
On our episode. If you're not familiar, what we're going to do is we're going to taste test a few sauces. As you can see, we got a few, they're all new except for the old truff. But Adam, you're the owner of Iron Crush Fitness here in Allentown, Pennsylvania.
I am.
What exactly do we do here?
So here we do strength-based training. We train the majority of our members in small groups. Well, groups. So, over the years, I've trained people from 1-to-1 to large, 30, 40 kids at a time kind of thing. And what I found is everybody works better in a group. It's more fun, they get better results, and you build a community.
I like communities.
That's what we do.
I like communities.
I love a good community.
I know you do.
So we do predominantly strength training in a group.
Fantastic.
Yep.
So it's little kids all the way up through adults and seniors.
Well, predominantly adults. We've got a few seniors, but they're young at heart, and we actually age in reverse here. So that's a thing that, other people don't do.
I like that.
So
I want to go backwards.
Age in reverse. I know. I've been aging in reverse the last 10 years. It's incredible.
Would you say that your facility is producing people like Benjamin Button? Is that what you're doing here?
I'd say so. We're not starting out with babies, but they're fully grown humans.
Okay.
And we turn back the time. We turn back the clock. So, but yeah, we predominantly, it's, mostly the over 40 crowd, 40s, 50s, 60s. We have some 30s, and usually we have a couple of teenagers here and there. Maybe one or two 20-year-olds kind of thing.
Okay. You got a nice little blend of different people.
Little blend.
That is fantastic. Well, here, Allentown, one of the questions that jumps to my mind when I hear that is, do you know Allen? And if so, do you know how he conquered the area and then named it after himself?
Yes.
If so, two if so's, how would Earl go about doing the same thing in Bloomsburg to then turn it into Earltown versus Bloomsburg?
Well, I don't technically know Allen, but I know of him and I know his descendants.
Okay.
So he came in, seized the area, and he pillaged and plundered its natural resources, and encouraged the people to do as well.
I can pillage and I can plunder. We all know that. We all know that.
Pillage and plunder.
All right, moving on. We're going to start out with some myths of fitness and exercise, but before we do so, we're going to dip into our first sauce.
Okay.
I thought we had 5, but we actually have 6.
We got an extra bonus.
We got 6.
Got a
all
bonus.
Right. Why don't you go ahead and pull the first one? We will go by your lead. What exactly is that?
It is a Hank sauce.
Oh, Hank sauce.
Yep, Hank's Heat.
And
It said to shake well, and I've already shaken it. But
it sounds like it is a delectable sauce.
So which?
It doesn't matter as long as we each get our 5, but you will pour onto your first one, and then I will pour onto mine.
So if my hand is a little heavy, you'll match suit.
Correct.
Ooh.
That was a nice pour.
It's a good pour.
Go ahead and grab that, and then that way I won't, well, hell, it doesn't matter.
Oh, baby. Earl went in hot.
All right, the first tendy.
I'm more of a utensil kind of guy.
You got to get your feet wet in this.
That's true. Are we going?
Let's go all at the same time. Yep, 3, 2, 1, get her in. Okay. Hank's Heat says it's anything that needs something.
More tingly than hot.
I would agree. I would say that sauce is anything that needs something, and I, as a person, want to be anyone who needs someone,
I've always wanted to need someone.
Exactly. Exactly. First question, myth or truth? Abs are in fact made in the kitchen.
Well,
Before you start, I'm going to tell you something, okay? I tried to make abs in the kitchen. I've tried every ingredient possible, and I still have a thick layer covering, protecting my insides. But is it a myth?
what is this thick layer made of?
I'm not really sure, but it is a shell. It is a thick shell. But no recipe would get me there. But is it a myth?
Well, I feel like it's one of those phrases that's super cliche and people love to say,
Okay.
But, I think we can be in phenomenal shape, but if we want to have the abs, we got to eat a little bit less. So we got to eat the right things a little bit too.
Okay.
So I would say yes, but
There's some truth.
you got to build some, you got to be a apex predator, in the gym.
All right.
So
Fair enough. On to number 2. Sweat is your fat crying.
I've heard this one once or twice.
Have you?
And, for a while, I may have believed it was true. And then I came to find out that sweat, it doesn't have tears.
No tears.
No tears.
No tears.
No. It's a, salty discharge.
So myth.
I'm going to say myth.
Okay. Number 3. Sugar. Sugar is in fruit, therefore it is the devil because all sugar is bad.
The devil. I'm going to go with, now what was the question again?
Is it a myth? Is it in fact a
Okay,
myth?
I'm going to say it is, now did you say it was bad? Okay, so I'm going to say yes, it is a myth. Fruit's good for you.
I was going
Just
to
don't
say,
eat like a ton of it.
I was going to say, because if Johnny over at Planet Fitness tells me not to eat my fruits, I thought fruits were good. But I'll go home and I'll drink soda and I can drink soda, but he's telling me fruit's bad.
I'll tell you what, I'm going to take you down memory lane here.
All right, all right.
So back when I was still in the Bloomsburg area,
Okay.
I discovered a little farmer's market, and I lived off the change that was in my car. And there were days I'd, eat predominantly fruit. And it's the leanest I've ever been. I was also scrawny and weak at the time. But it was also the leanest I ever was.
Okay. So fruit was not the devil.
Didn't make me fat, just didn't make me build any muscle.
All right. Well, so in fact, that is a myth then.
I'm going to say myth.
All right. Fruits are actually good for you.
Yep.
All right. Next, exercise turns fat directly into muscle.
That is also a myth.
Oh, really?
Yeah. They're two different things. You build muscle. I mean, you can lose muscle.
Grammy used to tell me when I'd exercise, it
I know.
would just completely turn the fats into muscles.
That's true. My Grammy told me the same thing.
But it's a myth.
Yep.
Two different things.
Two different things.
Two different cells.
Yep. See that?
Different tissue.
Yeah. I'd say
All right.
so. Myth.
Well, before we move on, let's go into the next sauce here. What do we got there?
We've got honey habanero.
Oh, I love me some habanero.
I gave it a good shake, but I'll give it a couple of these.
Oh. Were you a bartender?
No, but I played one on TV.
Okay. General hospitality.
Hospitality.
All right, go ahead and.
I'm going to take this sucker over here.
Sure.
Ooh.
Sure. You might want to put a little more.
A little
splash.
extra, because I didn't feel much on that. It was more tingly than hot.
All right, on 3. 1, 2, 3. Get it in. I like both these so far. It's got a little kick to it at the end, but I'd still say that's a delicious treat. The next myth, and this is a trick question for some, okay? Many will say that muscle weighs more than fat. 1 pound of muscle weighs more than 1 pound of fat.
Where'd you go myth again, Earl? Crazy, I know. Pound is a pound. However, a pound of fat is much larger than a pound of muscle. So,
Okay, so maybe that's where they get confused.
They get
there.
a little confused.
Okay.
A little confused.
I guess I can understand that.
You know?
So for a pound of fat, that takes up more space than a pound of muscle.
This is
Therefore,
true.
you can have more muscle in the space of a pound of fat.
Yes. You lost me there for a second,
We're getting
Earl.
somewhere.
You lost me
We're getting
there for a
somewhere.
second.
That
You got it.
Hank's heat's starting to kick back
I was
in.
starting to think about the heat is what happened.
All right. Next question. Deadlifts are dangerous and bad for you.
I love a good deadlift.
Okay.
I'm going to say that is incorrect.
Okay.
Love a good deadlift. I would say I don't go as heavy as I used to.
All right.
I'd say I keep my percentage a little lower. Every now and then I like to grip and rip something heavy, but yeah, I think deadlifts are good for all of us. I think they strengthen all the things we want to have strong.
I'm going to have to agree with you on this one because, when I pick stuff up the ground, it's kind of like doing a deadlift.
That's true.
So you're just practicing to do it the right way in the gymnasium, then you do it in the real life.
See
instead of doing it wrong, that's going to get you in trouble.
That's every time.
99% of the time, every time.
Every time, 99%.
Shit. Funny question for you, and this was not one of my myths, but them smelling salts that people use. You ever seen that?
I have.
Does that happen in here?
Not in here.
But you've seen it.
I've seen it, I've done it, and I'll tell you what, it's a good time.
So would you say that you personally use this, that the smelling salts, is that what it is, smelling salts?
Something like that.
So
Ammonia,
we'll call
maybe.
it smelling salts or
Yeah.
ammonia. Is
Not
very
bath salts.
Let's say, is the effectiveness similar to Sex Panther cologne? Would you say it works 70% of the time, all the time?
I'd say it might even be more effective.
Really?
Yeah. I mean, I would say it, it'll get you fired up.
Okay, I like to get fired up.
Scare off the ladies a little bit.
Okay,
But,
women and children, stay clear.
Yeah, stay clear when
Okay.
the smelling salts come out. But,
Okay.
Well, put hair on your chest.
I feel better knowing that because I was concerned and I forgot to write down, so I'm glad we covered that.
I'm glad we went over that.
Let's dabble into our third sauce.
Witch's brew.
Now this one I'm excited about.
I'm excited.
I like me a good witch.
Hey,
I like me a good witch. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying?
I'm picking up what you're putting down,
Yeah.
bro.
I like me a good witch.
Ooh, it popped when I opened it.
Oh,
It's fresh.
A good witch, and when it pops the top.
It's fresh.
Good witch, and
That's
she
cool.
pops the top. She does. They do.
Oh, yeah.
Get it on there.
Oh, this is a thick one.
I like it when they're thick too. Oh,
Oh, boy.
oh heavens to Betsy. That was,
Betsy.
I don't know what happened there. All right.
Let's see. I have my little paper towel plate here.
While you're throwing that into your talk hole,
Should I go ahead?
go ahead. If you're not sore and lay in the fetal position directly after a workout, then it was not a good workout. Myth or misconception.
I'm going to say that's a myth.
Okay. That dang witch's brew is phenomenal. It ain't got a lot of heat, but man,
It's got a little kick to it, but
man alive. Wow. Wow.
love it.
Wow. That was a solid discovery.
I think we made a good choice.
I think so too.
So,
Yeah.
I'd say the majority of the time, you should feel pretty good after your workout. Every now and then, you want to be a little banged up. You don't need to be sore every time. You don't need to be laying on a floor or laying on the floor afterward. Like I said, you want to feel like you've done something, but you want to feel good afterward.
Okay.
You want to feel like you can go on with the rest of your day. You don't want to have to go home and take a 2-hour nap.
Okay. Yeah.
So,
Yeah, Earl ain't got time for naps after work.
I don't have time for naps either.
Most people don't.
My wife might tell you otherwise, but
Next question. Lifting will make you bulky.
I'm going to say that's a myth as well.
Most women are concerned about that.
A lot of the ladies are concerned with too much bulk.
Okay.
And let's rewind. Let's say about, pound of muscle, pound of fat. A pound of muscle is a lot smaller than a pound of fat. We got that going for us. The other thing is I always say it gives you better shape. makes you look more athletic,
Okay.
right? And as I point out to people when they ask me this, when some of the ladies might ask me this, is I've been trying to get bulky my whole life. I haven't got that far. So it's not as easy as you think.
It's not an automatic.
It's not automatic.
Right,
You know,
right.
It's going to take you a couple years to be bulkier than you'd like to be. And by that point,
And there's some other factors that play.
yeah, you got to eat more, and you know,
Okay. So women, do not fear. Do not
No.
fear. You will not bulk up
no,
unless you're on something.
yeah. Well, in that case,
But neither here nor there.
you know, I don't judge.
Moving on. You must work out for at least 1 calendar hour per day to get results.
I'm going to say myth again.
Holy hell, it's all myths.
Earl, you're throwing all myths at me. So no, I would say anything can count as a workout.
Okay.
The higher your intensity, the shorter duration can be. The lower your intensity, the longer duration can be.
Okay.
Here we do 40-minute workouts. And so we used to do half hours, but we do 40s now, so we can do a little bit more than we used to do. I like to see our people like 3 or 4 days a week, typically.
All right.
So I want to do a little bit more work than a half hour. So I like that 40. It fits in really well for the majority of people. We can get a lot of work done, but we don't leave them so banged up that they can't come in again for like a week.
Okay.
So
That makes sense. That makes sense.
Some of my best workouts are like 15 minutes long.
Let's dabble into the next sauce, and we're shortly coming around the corner here. While you're taking a peek at that, this is Earl's favorite, the Cadillac of hot sauces.
Ooh.
It's truff, extra hot.
Extra hot.
I think we have this just about every time. If you don't like it, I will kill you. But anyways, go ahead and get ready to pour. You can think about this while I'm telling you. This is the last of the myths.
Okay.
Last one, an ice bath. Okay, it's all the craze, all the rage right now. The kids are all doing it.
Kids love
the
it.
grandparents are, no, not the grandparents, but most people are doing it, you know.
They love a good bath, though, the grandparents.
Although it may make your dinky hide for about a month afterwards, is it cool, not temperature cool, but is it cool and necessary for everyone?
I would say it's all the rage, like you said. I've personally never done it. I don't like being cold. You know, however, you know, I'm sure it reduces inflammation. I think it's good, you know, mental training as well. Like I said, I think it reduces inflammation. I'm sure it's good for helping alleviate, we'll say, soreness, injuries, etc.
Okay.
And, you know, a lot of people swear by it. I'm sure there's some neurological effects that come along with it, too, but I can't tell you about that. But I'd say if it floats your boat, go ahead and do it.
Okay. If it floats your boat,
Go ahead and do it.
go ahead and do it.
It's like a little jewel here.
This is my favorite. This is my favorite.
And this one's the thickest of the sauces.
So good. Ooh.
You got a little more kick to it.
How about that?
That's
Stings the
good.
nostrils in a good way. So what we're going to do, we're going to move right along into rapid fire. We got 2 more sauces. One's a honey and one's a hot sauce.
Okay.
Let's do 3 rapid fire questions first, then we'll hit a sauce, do another 3, and then we'll finish off the rest.
Finish off the hard way.
Okay, rapid fire. I want you to answer as quickly as you can, okay? Doesn't need a lot of description unless I say, Adamo, I need some expertise on this.
Okay.
Are you ready?
Let's do it.
Numero uno, chalk or no chalk?
No chalk, because I like to keep the place clean.
Touche. Traps or chest?
Ooh, it's a tough one. I'm gonna go chest.
Some say traps are the new chest.
That's true. That's
You know,
true.
back when Earl was a little fella, all he cared about was the old bench press because
That's true.
that was your measurable in the gym.
That's how you proved you were a top dog.
Now, if you have traps that connect behind your ears, now you're the top dog.
Now you're the top dog.
But you're saying the chest still lives.
I'd say it still lives.
Okay. I saw that, and I think the camera's going to see that. Buys or tries?
I'm gonna go buys.
Buys.
Buys look good. Buys are for show. Tries are for go.
Okay. You like that little bicep vein in there when it starts
Little
popping
something,
out
little-
underneath the old shirt sleeve.
Little pop there.
All right, all right. Let's do this sauce, then we'll keep going.
We going with this one?
Let's go with that one. We'll finish with the old honey, the hot honey.
Ooh, that's a thick one.
That,
We gotta give that an extra shake.
that could be a dandy.
There we go. I think I loosened it up.
I hope so.
Nope.
Nope, somebody's going to take the thickness.
We're gonna do one of those first. Give you this bad boy right here.
Just go ahead, yeah, just go ahead and shake
I'm saving that big one for the honey for myself.
Okay. That's coming out like a thick moutard. You ever get that thick moutard for dipping cheese?
You know what I don't like is the mustard water that comes out sometimes.
Yeah, that's unfortunate.
Oh, nobody likes that. Son of a nutcracker. Oh boy.
Oh boy.
Well, if it makes you feel any better, I evened it out a little bit. Inadvertently, of course.
All right. Yeah, go ahead and get that. I'm going to have a chunk of something here. All right, here we go. Let's tap tips on this one.
You're just trying to wipe some of yours back onto mine, aren't you?
For the kids.
Not as bad as I thought.
It's got turmeric in it. I don't know what that means, but it's got it in there.
Anti-inflammatory, they say.
Oh, yeah. Next, gym gun show or an arms dealer gun show?
I'm gonna go arms dealer.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
Gym gun show, protect yourself. Arms dealer gun show, you protect your family.
See that? You know. Hey,
I feel the same way.
sleeves are full. You feel good. You know what I
I feel
mean?
the same way.
I mean?
Next, grunting or moaning
We're gonna go grunt.
when lifting.
We're gonna go with a good grunt.
Okay.
Love a good grunt.
Toe shoes or platform shoes for the deadlift or other, squat, things like that, nature.
Like the old Olympic weightlifting shoes.
Yeah.
I'd love to get a pair. I'm
Okay.
a Chuck T kind of guy. Converse All-Star. High
Old
tops.
school.
Yep. Lace 'em.
Not low tops.
No.
Has to be high.
No. Definitely high tops.
All right. Let's hit the honey, and then
Honey.
we'll take this home. What'd you think
Oh,
of that
that was
last
two
one?
there.
What'd you
I thought
think
that
of
was one.
What'd you think of that last one?
I enjoyed it.
That was
It wasn't
pretty
as
good.
bad as I expected.
It's the turmeric, apparently.
Well, I'm gonna pick out a small one so I can chew it fast enough that I can talk. Oh yeah.
This is delicious.
Oh no, no.
Does that have other stuff on it?
It does.
That's all right. I'm just going to double up. Double dip, as they say.
I'll clean that up later. That was really good.
Mike? Mike knows his hot honey, and I'll tell you what, that man,
You know, we're actually looking for sponsors.
that man could save the world with his hot honey.
Hot honey.
All right. Richard Simmons or Sean T?
Oh, I'm gonna go Sean T.
Not Ricky.
Not Ricky.
All right, Sean T. The Thigh Master or the weird Tony Little humping machine that he had there.
Thigh Master.
Thigh Master,
Yep.
old school.
Old school.
You love a thick thigh.
See that?
Thick thigh.
Thick thighs.
All
They
right.
say they saved lives. I've seen T-shirts that say
Thick
that.
thighs save lives.
I'm not sure what happens, but
I don't know if you could see this, but let's zoom in there. I got a little bit of waterfall happening right here. Left side, you see that? Getting in my mustache.
oh, I see it. I saw the glisten.
Last one. Weights or cardio for weight loss?
Weights every time.
Every time.
Every time.
Every time.
Every time. 9 out of 10 times, every time.
All right. Well, sir, it was an enjoyable snack that we had together. We survived the sauces. They were all delicious, I thought.
Mike's honey, I think, brought it home.
Mike's
That's my
honey,
favorite.
again, that man is going to change the world with that honey.
Sweet and hot.
Delish. Put that on pizza. You can put it on chicken. You can put it on steak.
Put it on your eggs.
You can put it on your eggs. Whew. Adamo, if people want to contact you or find you, where do they find you on the social medias?
They can find us on ironcrushfitness.com.
Okay.
Give us a call, see what's up.
Are you on the Instagram and Facebook as well?
I believe I'm on the Facebook. If I'm on the Instagram, I haven't maintained it in a long time.
Okay, so Facebook,
can't really call.
email, or call.
Yes.
All right. Any closing words of wisdom?
It's going to be great.
Mike's honey is going to be great.
All of it.
Or just today is going to be great.
All of it.
All of it.
Life.
All right, sir. Thanks for joining us. That shit's good.
That was really good. I'm going to eat this last big sucker with this honey.
Do it.
And I'm going to have to clean my sticky spot on the floor.